And finally today, Dan, let's talk about multiplayer, GTA 5's multiplayer. We've talked about it in previous weeks. How do you think the next generation technology may change, or perhaps not change, multiplayer gaming in the GTA series?
Yeah.
Hold on, Dan's just... wait a minute. Someone call a doctor.
I'm sorry,
He's back.
I'm not that excited about it that I can't
He's
speak.
Back.
But I did have a moment of actual choking there. PS4 itself would obviously improve the online experience. Maybe I'm going to say something so accurate and good that Sony activated my neural inhibitor, affecting my vocal cords. That's not true. GTA 5 is going to have a great multiplayer mode, and Rockstar have already trumpeted how innovative and what a break it is for them already.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. Now, what we could get is things like, if you're playing, let's say, tennis, which is going to be a side game. Now, if you play that, you can imagine playing that in competitive multiplayer. And now, again, there's an extra dimension to it because of what we talked about, the idea of sharing. So you could share great shots, you could share great moments, you could broadcast it. So you could almost broadcast live tennis tournaments from within GTA. And at the end, you see the guy drive off in a helicopter. Yeah. You know, like it's or a man cheating by calling in a rocket attack midway through a tennis match.
Right.
You know, there's all sorts of insane things that could happen. I think, I suspect, and again, this is me speculating. Don't read anything too much into it. Rockstar have talked about the nature of the side missions in GTA 5. From looking at what they are, a lot of them would lend themselves to live multiplayer events, like we just talked about with tennis. You're also going to get, or maybe not so much this one, yoga. Yeah. I'm not sure I'd watch live yoga. That might be slightly rubbish. But you got jet skis. So you imagine you're playing like effectively what is single player GTA 5. Then you go into a side mission marker, and it says, without even noticing it, you go straight into a lobby to enter a competitive multiplayer jet ski race. Yeah. Now you compete against actual real human beings for like a 2-minute window. Then you pop back into your single player experience. So you're muddying the ground between like an always on game, a single player game, but you're connected and you're not really noticing it. Yeah, I think that's what the future is. And like, even today we've had the boss of Crytek coming out and saying that he thinks in the future they won't be single player games as we know them. They'll be called like connected solo experiences. Now, I think he's partly saying that to absolutely infuriate people and get headlines, because I definitely want to be able to turn the internet off. I do want to be not part of it at times. But I think that's here to stay. And I think, again, you could imagine a live dirt bike race where you pop out, you compete against real people, you see each other's XP. Maybe you could even bet and steal XP off each other. And again, that might not be XP, it might be vehicles. It might be again using like your social media cred, so you can film the race live and you re-edit it and you put it online.
I mean, it's not so unusual for the internet. I mean, the internet is always on, so this, you know, let's get that out of the way. But it's not so it's not so unusual for you know, like a system, a piece of hardware to always be on. I mean, the iPad is effectively always on.
Of course
in that, you know, it's always connected to your Wi-Fi connection. So why should a console be any different?
And you go back through history, and as we talked about last episode, there's very few interviews with Sam Houser, but there's one in the past where I believe he talked about what he saw as an online vision of GTA. Now, one of the games he cited as an example for the future of GTA was the kind of PC MMO model of like an always-on universe where you've got a persistent character. Now, whether it's going to get there with GTA 5 or not, I don't know. But I think that's what Rockstar are gunning for. They want you to be like a character who exists, not in a game that plays on a single console, but a character with attributes that build and build and build in a world, a persistent online world. Now, I think, obviously, PS4 is the ultimate environment to do that. It's quite possible on PS3 to a certain extent. I'm convinced that's the way they're going to go. And again, if you take all this stuff further, like we know that GTA 5 is going to have dynamic soundtracks on top of the licensed soundtrack, so the music will ramp up at key moments. But what if, instead of like giving you custom soundtracks, GTA 5 also lets you, because it's always online, stream in your personalised Spotify playlist.
Accounts,
that would be amazing. And like you've got like another layer of dynamic soundtrack. A game like SSX that came out on PS3, that remixed your songs according to the action. Now it was a little bit of a cheat. Now it would only really do whoop, 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 you know, whoop, 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 and all that sort of stuff. But it did do it. And like whether Rockstar could dynamically remix streamed music or music you stored on your hard drive, that's quite possible. That's really exciting. Whether you can share playlists with people via the cloud, that's really exciting. As we touched on earlier, the game's all about heists. I'm convinced the co-op mode will be, or at least part of the co-op mode will be, orchestrated co-op heists. So you'll get 4 of your buddies, you'll each play a character, or 3 of your buddies and play a character, and you'll compete to get the best time, and along lots of other variables, like you might be number of shots fired, people killed, explosions, blah blah blah. You'll compete to do the best heist, and there'll be global leaderboards, I think, for co-op heist work, and there'll be global leaderboards for all sorts of things, on top of what could be the overall global leaderboard for who basically is a badass and an internet celebrity, who's broadcasting the stuff and who's got the most respect. Also, the game's got like a big economy and it's got money tied into it, so as well as earning you potentially XP, you're earning cash all the time. Cash buys clothes, buys cars, buys new stuff. You share it, you broadcast it. It's like life. Yeah, it's quite exciting. I'm excited myself.
Yeah. No, definitely. So I can't see them going fully into that area on the current hardware, I also can't see them fully instigating this kind of sweeping changes in the next generation version of GTA 5 either, because that would just require too much work. But maybe in some sort of GTA 5.5, GTA 6, we could see like a fully MMO.
Yeah, maybe I've reached too far into the future, but I do definitely think Rockstar are keeping multiplayer quiet for a reason, and I think they've got really ambitious plans for it. I think we're going to see that on current gen systems with PS3 and 360. We're definitely going to see ambitious plans. Obviously that will expand as we go towards next gen. Now I almost think you've got to look further than, as I say, the multiplayer experience existing in a box and almost existing in an external universe, almost like the cloud, and you're just an active participant in it. Now, and I wouldn't even rule out in that respect the idea of cross-platform play, where you've got like your character who's got a certain level of respect and XP and stats can be compared directly to what a 360 player's got.
Yeah.
Because you're not directly linking platform to platform, you're linking up on a universe level.
Yeah.
So hey, we'll see. I'll get to be proved wrong or right as time goes on, but it's an exciting time.
Okay, so we hope you enjoyed our look at how GTA, the GTA 5 and GTA 5 series will change based on what we now know about PlayStation 4. I guess we'll see what Microsoft come up with in a couple of months and whether that affects the GTA series or may affect it in another way entirely. I imagine Xbox won't be too dissimilar to the kind of ideas that PlayStation 3's pushing at the moment. Dan, your thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I'm not going to totally wobble on about what I think the next Xbox will provide, but broadly the feature set will be similar to PlayStation 4. They're all part of the same world, they all think the same way, the specs will be broadly similar. Microsoft will probably lean a little bit more to like a sort of entertainment, integrating TV services, that kind of thing, a bit more showmansy, maybe a bit less of a techie hardcore gamer's box, but it's negligible. The games are going to look the same and play great. We'll see when Microsoft announce.
So do put your comments in the comments box below. Let us know what you think. Ask us any questions you like. We'll try and answer them on the next GTA 5 o'clock. Dan, we've got a Twitter feed. Do you want to let the listeners out there know what it is?
Yeah, if you want to stay in touch with us, ask us any questions, find out about show updates, we'll be sharing links and news from the GTA 5 world and the Rockstar world probably. You need to follow at GTA VOclock. Now that will be appearing probably on screen as I speak and definitely in our description below. Follow that, you'll get all of the updates you need. The community's been great so far, super friendly, really nice. I look forward to you all joining it and flaming it up with swears. That will be really sad. But yeah, let's try and make a great community. We really appreciate all the viewer feedback and everything everyone said. So yeah, thanks very much.
Yeah, and just to underline what Dan says, that Twitter feed will include not just we've got a new shout this week, but any GTA 5 news, anything we've dug up, anything that pops up in the between episodes, we'll tweet. So it's definitely worth following.
Yeah, just last night we had footage of a guy who works with us, who works for PlayStation Access, who went around real world LA on a bike.
Right. Yeah.
A madman, but I respect him. Went around LA, trying to find real life GTA locations. So again, you can find the link for that on our Twitter feed. You've probably seen it on the web, but that's a great video. We'll be sharing that kind of stuff. And, hey, just it's a way to get in touch with us.
So thanks for listening. Again, like I say, subscribe, pop your comments down below. We'll try to answer as many as possible, and we'll see you next time.